Okay, a lot of preppers these days will tell you to stock up on beans and rice. And many of them will tell you how many hundreds and hundreds of pounds they have of beans and how many hundreds of pounds they have of rice. And I think, where are your 50 billion gallons of water that you need to go with this stock? Anyway, I agree, it's a cheap thing. It's a good place to start. Buy a bag of beans and a bag of rice, whatever size you can afford. Stick them on your shelves just to have. So like with this 10 pounds was around $8. Frankly, I mean, it was more than I thought it should be, but with the water issue, should something happen, and like during some storms and such, when you don't even, you may not even be able to cook. There can be a gas leak in the area or whatever, and you don't want to go big boom dead out like 4th of July. So it's so much better to have them already canned. You won't need water to cook them. They're already done. Now with these, you obviously, if you've touched a dry bean before, you know that you look through the bag, there can be little rocks in them here and there. You look through each one, see if there's any bad beans, and see if there's any rocks in it. When you can them, it's 1/4 of your container size. These are both pints. This one's just a short, stubby one, which I think is super cute. I like my jars short and stubby. Don't like me short and stubby. I'd rather be like this dude, taller and thinner. At least he's, they're the same, it's the same circumference, but, this one looks a little thinner. Anyway, when you do the dry beans, see, there's something icky. There's a rock right there. Yucko. But, you go through and you sort them and you wash them off. You want this level or just a hair under. You want 1/4 of your container size. Whatever container size you're using, your jar rather, that you're canning them in. 1/4 of it. So for a pint, that's 2 cups, 4 half cups. For a quart, it's 4 cups. So, for these jars, you'd sort through your beans, give them a good rinse, really good rinse, like maybe a couple waters, and I just put it in my colander and spray it with my kitchen faucet sprayer. Get it all washed and ready. One little thing. Oh, see, got a broken bean in there, and I don't want that either. Anyway, that would come out when you sort through it. Whether you pick them out or not, it's up to you. See, this one, if I washed it and sorted it, which wouldn't take too long, would be ready to can. You fill it up to 1.5 inch headspace to allow that room to grow. Same for this one. You know what? I was actually going to dump beans in all of them, but my jars are clean. Oh well, I'll wash them again. See? And this one would take a whole cup. There's half a cup. Now, if I'm adding... Whoa, there's another icky. If I am adding, if I'm just going to can beans, we're good to go. Put water and salt in there, you're ready to can. But if I'm going to add, which I like to go ahead and just make the soup, I add minced onion, which will absorb some of the water, so that's not bad. You'll have water in there, it'll take some of it, suck it up. I also like to add celery and carrots, because I love them in my soup beans. And these are soup beans to me. I know, traditionally, but the soup bean is the navy bean. But I like to use these and have that already in there, so it's kind of ready to go. If you want to put a slice of bacon in, shake a bacon bits, or skip that. I skip it most of the time. Or, a little chunk of ham. But if I add anything, if I add the veggies and stuff, if I'm just adding the vegetables and no meat, I leave this second one about half. So I do like 3/4 of a cup. And allow room for my other vegetables. Because once I did the full cup, and I thought, hey, I'm going to add some stuff. I got a lot of jar room left there. I don't know if it was overpacked or not, but I added carrots and I added celery, and it was up more to like around here, and that one just blew the bottom off. Now I don't know, if that's a jar defect, because probably if there was too much in it, it maybe would have just come out the top. I don't know, but something happened. So I thought, if I'm going to add stuff to it, I'm going to make this level lower. Anyway, this is a super simple, excuse me. This is a super simple way to can these. And then when you open them, you can open it and eat them. Be good if they're warmed up, and I do normally try to practice when you open a home canned jar, simmer it for 10 minutes. Like they have advised, as far back as I can remember. But if not, you can, if it's a situation where, you haven't had food in a while and you need some and you've got a jar of this canned up, have at it, Sounds like chances for life ain't that great anyway. Well, that would be with their doomsday scenario, not with a storm. Hopefully there's the end of it. Hurricane Irma was over a year ago, and there's some of them that still are living in tents, and that's just wild. Anyway, see, stuff like this, you don't have to go looking around thinking, okay, I've got this humongous bag of beans, but I need a boatload of water now and a place to cook it for hours. So much simpler to have it done and canned. So you can lid these up. I wipe all of my rims with the paper towel with distilled vinegar on it, or apple cider vinegar, either vinegar. I usually have a small bottle of the apple cider vinegar for my regular cooking, and the big Whopper gallons of white distilled vinegar for things like this. But I just wipe it off, put the lid on there, can it. Both these are pints. They go 75 minutes at 10 pounds, or adjust for your elevation. If you're more than 1,000 feet up, you need to adjust that. Not 10 pounds. It goes next to 11 and on up. Anyway, this one, the quarts go 90 minutes. But at the end of 90 minutes, then you've got that done. You know what? I really should have had a jar handy of some I already canned. And I don't know, I don't think, okay. I should have my pinto beans right here. And of course I don't see them either. Damn, that's special. Oh, come on. We've got dead air again. Oh, is that that? Woo. Glad that's sealed because I just knocked it over. This is a jar of my canned beans. Usually needs a good shake too. This is a jar. It's got like a half a cup of the pinto beans in it. It's usually thicker too. Anyway, I've added, these are my taco pintos. You know what? We'll do that one separately. There's a jar canned. Lovely, ready to eat. Remember the true storm shelter. Be sheltered safe in the arms of God.